The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Siriya Bonlert. Chapter 2. The fence is whitewashed. Saturday morning had come and all the world was bright and fresh. There was a song in every heart, cheerfulness in every face, and a spring in every step. Tom appeared on the pavement with a pocket of whitewash and a long-handled brush. He regarded the fence thoughtfully, and his heart was filled with despair. 30 yards of fence 9 feet high. It seemed to him that life was not worth living and that existence was only the burden. Sighing, he dipped his brush into the pocket and passed it along the topmost board. Repeat the operation did it again. Compare the differing white was stiff with the immensity of unwhitewashed fence and sat down on a box discouraged. Tim came dancing out at the gate with a pocket singing. Before this, drinking water from the town pump had always been helpful work in Tom's opinion, but now it did not seem so. He remembered that there was company at the pump. Boys and girls were always there, waiting their turns, drinking, exchanging things, quarreling, fighting, and fooling about. He remembered that, although the pump was only 150 yards away, Jim never got back with a pocket of water in less than an hour. Even then, somebody general had to go after him. I said, Jim, said Tom. I fetched the water if your wife was a bit. Jim shook his head. I can't, Master Tom. The mistress told me not to stay fooling about with anyone. Oh, never mind what she said, Jim. Give me the pocket. I won't be a minute. She won't know. Oh, I dare ask Master Tom. She would tear my head off. She would really. She never hurt anybody. She just gives them a little slap. And who cares about that? Jim, I'll give you a marble. Jim was only human. This temptation was too much for him. He put down the pocket and took the marble. In another minute, he was flying down the street with the pocket. Tom was whitewashing energetically, and Aunt Polly was returning to the house with a slipper in her hand and a triumphant gleam in her eyes. He took the brush and went calmly to work, presenting Ben Rogers, whose mockery he had been dreading most, came in sight. In his hand there was a fireapple. Tom went on whitewashing and paid no attention to him. Ben stared a moment and then said, "Hi, you are in trouble, aren't you?" There was no answer. Tom regarded his last task with his eye of an artist. Then he gave his brush another gentle sweep and inspected the result as before. Ben came near. He took the brush and went calmly to work, presenting Ben Rogers, whose mockery he had been dreading most, came in sight. In his hand there was a fireapple. Tom went on whitewashing and paid no attention to him. Ben stared a moment and then said, "Hi, you are in trouble, aren't you?" There was no answer. Tom regarded his last task with the eye of an artist. Then he gave his brush another gentle sweep and inspected the results as before. Ben came near Tom's mouth, waited for the apple, but he stuck to his work. "Hello, Tom," said Ben. "You have to work. Ah, why is you bent? I didn't notice you. I say I'm going swimming. Did you wish you could come? But of course you better work, wouldn't you? Of course you would." Tom eyed the boy thoughtfully. "What do you call work? Why isn't that work?" Tom filled his brush with whitewash and answered carelessly, "Well, perhaps it is and perhaps it isn't, but it suits Tom Sawyer." "What do you mean to say that you like it?" That brush continued to move. "Like it? Well, I don't see why I shouldn't like it. A boy doesn't get a chance every day to whitewash a fence." Ben had never thought of this before. He took a bite out of his apple. Tom swept his brush articulate to and fro. Then he stepped back to note the effect. He added a touch here and there and criticized the effect again. Ben was watching every move and getting more and more interested. "I say, Tom, let me whitewash a bit," said Ben pleasantly. Tom considered and was about to consent, but he changed his mind. "No, no. You see, Aunt Polly's very particular about this fence. It's facing the street, you know. If it was the back fence, I wouldn't mind, and she wouldn't. Yes, she's very particular about this fence. It must be done very carefully. I don't think there's one boy in 1,000, perhaps 2,000, who can do it in the way it has to be done." "Is that so? How interesting. Let me just try only just a little. I'd let you if you were me, Tom." "Ben, I'd like to really, but Aunt Polly wouldn't like it. Jim wanted to do it, but she wouldn't let him. Sid wanted to do it, but she wouldn't let Sid. Now don't you see that I'm responsible? If you started to whitewash this fence and anything went wrong." "Oh, nonsense. I'll be very careful. Now let me try. I say I'll give you my apple when I have nearly finished it." "Well, no, Ben, I mustn't. I'm afraid I'll give you all of it." Tom gave up the brush with unwillingness in his face but eagerness in his heart. Well, Ben worked and swatted in the sun. He retired artist sat on the barrel in the chest close by, ate his apple and played the downfall of more innocent victims. Boys arrived frequently. They came to mock by the mind to whitewash